And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Mike, that's round 80. Black 15.
First down, Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Taylor. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Check back. Loading.
Rivers. Finding Paris Campbell, and there's Campbell's first NFL catch. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. Let's go. At their own 20-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Big Ben, not the most agile quarterback in NFL history, but he can use those legs when he needs to.
He really can, and I think it starts with him taking contact and shedding people trying to get him on the ground. That's when he becomes the most elusive.
Yeah, something he honed back at the University of Miami in Ohio.
Yeah, and they didn't get him down in the MAC. It's hard to get him down in the NFL.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. You think back to all the big games that Big Ben has had over the years in his NFL career, and numbers-wise, his biggest game came against these Indianapolis Colts. That was in October. In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from Temple, Rock Ya-Sin. Johnson, the intended target.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but Right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try and at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger setting up the screen. This is Samuels. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Easy. Right there, 54 miles. Let's go, D. Let's go. Shift. Pilot, 64, weak. He's coming. We got double up. Light. Check 50. Switch it.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor, and they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
Taylor. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 10 yards out. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Ben to throw again. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Brandon Cooks. His 19th touchdown now on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that'll make our score 14-7. Take it away after the touchdown.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Rivers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. A quick throw to the left flat, and he's got it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw, Rivers. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
1st down, Colts.
A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Keep playing hard. That's it, baby. We're going to work.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. On 3rd down, Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that will get him one closer. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Roethlisberger. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Roethlisberger will throw. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 30. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Rivers now. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, into a double team, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Black 20.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And that's complete to Cooks. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Final play of the half, it's Roethlisberger. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10 is Connor. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk about football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 20-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, watch it, watch it. Slam. Buffalo one, Buffalo one. Set. Orange 5-4. Red Delta. Behind me.
Now Rivers. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. Brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. On first down, it's Taylor. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
36. No.
They find some open field here. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Got an open man, it's Washington. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
Alert.
To To throw here, Roethlisberger. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Brandon Cooks with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Ready! 390!
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line.
1st down, Colts.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
All right, block 15! 54 Mike. Hey, defense, left right.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
180! 180! 54! He's tired of me. 89!
They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. The give to Taylor. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you just...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 4th touchdown pass there for Phillip Rivers. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he connects with Ebron. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Roethlisberger dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Like 80. 37. Let's put him on the buses.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30. 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the after that one and took it all the way.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Red. At the 14-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Got to do better.
Now a give to Taylor. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside. 25.
Terrell Edmonds on the tackle. It's a gain of 10. And the Colts first down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go, baby.
Oh, Taylor going to throw. Steps away. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now it's Roethlisberger. Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Darius Leonard able to record his 5th sack of the season. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Intended for Eric Ebron. Incomplete. Xavier Rhodes on the
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
50. Here we go, here we go. Hey, switch gears. Blue draw corkers. Check nickel. Snickers.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Colts, they close out this first half.